Alright, microphone connected. Alright. Let's go ride some volcanic sand. Welcome to Flagstaff. Welcome to Winona. And what was one of my favorite parts of the Arizona BDR. This is the bit that Gavin and I did. And camped out here by Moon Crater, which we'll go by here in a little bit. We're going to go off over that way. And wow, the temperature did drop. It's 48 now. That's why I got the gear on. It's December 23rd. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. We got lost back here, I feel like, twice. Alright, my memory is that this gets pretty gnarly pretty quick, so we're gonna see. But yeah, I'm out traveling again. There's been quite a few changes. I am a van camper now. I got a van, and that is what I am traveling in now. I'm going this way. So I'm gonna address that more later on, but yeah, I remember this. Jeez. That's really washed out. Go straight up the middle. But yeah, I'm back traveling again. I don't know that I'm going to be posting videos very regularly. I'm not sure when this video will actually be posted. I'm kind of taking a break from social media and from the YouTube algorithm. I'm just not worrying about it for a little while and making videos when I feel like making videos. I'm out here in Flagstaff for Christmas. I didn't get to do this portion of the Arizona BDR when I did it 2 years ago because there had just been a big fire. I didn't get to do it, which I was really disappointed because this was one of my favorite parts of the Arizona BDR. This is over by Sunset Crater. It's all volcanic sand and super pretty. And it might not be super easy. I mean, I'm in like day pack mode for the bike, so I don't have much luggage on. I basically have tools and emergency equipment. That's about it. Camera gear. I mean, I made it through on the 690 just fine. Gavin made it through on the 1190. He struggled, but he was also on like TKC 70s. Do have the airbag vest on. Airbag vest is an enduro. I popped back out on the highway in like 30 miles, so I'm not super worried about range or, you know, even if it is difficult, like that's fine. Working hard for an hour is not a big deal. Where are we going? Yeah, we got lost as hell out here like 3 times because none of these little roads are on the maps. And Gavin's GPS was doing all sorts of weird stuff anyway. So we were having to follow mine, but none of these roads are on it. So it's literally one of those things of like, wait until you intersect with it and be like, okay, that's the road we need to be on. I can't tell if there's a... Nope, I'm off the trail. So, like that. Yeah, this is my track. So let's see. Let's go over what everything changed. So in September, I bought a van. The biggest realization was just that I need the ability to edit while I'm on the move, and doing it from the bike was just less than ideal. I was making it work, but it wasn't very good, and it was becoming more expensive than I wanted, because the issues that I was having is I needed power to be able to edit, and so I was staying in hotels more often than I wanted to, and so it was making the overall travel expenses more the longer I did it, because I couldn't just go and camp for a week somewhere and be off grid, because I had to edit footage. And so I started looking at vans, with the primary criteria being that I would be able to put the bike in the back. Found a pretty damn good candidate. It met my needs perfectly. The van's name is Foley, which is the existing name that it had, and that's Matt Foley Motivational Speaker, as in, you better learn stuff and do well in school or you're going to end up in a van down by the river. So I'm in a van down by the river now. And Foley is a former Verizon work truck that a guy converted. It's really nice. Yeah, Foley's great. I've got solar, I've got water, I've got a workspace for editing. Pretty much until I run out of water, I can be off grid. I have 200 watts of solar on that thing, and the equivalent of 2 full deep cycle marine batteries for storage, so I can run stuff for a while. But that's what we're doing right now. So I spent about a week over in Albuquerque on my way down here. I'm going to spend over a week here. I might actually go up to Grand Canyon today. That's kind of the plan for the next while. But yeah, so I've been, my family had some stuff going on. My parents actually moved, so I spent roughly a month helping them move. Did an estate sale, all that stuff. And then I've been living in the van full time for basically 3 weeks now. For at least a little while. I'm probably not going to boondock until I get a little bit more comfortable with kind of everything. I'm looking at like RV or campgrounds that have power and water hookups just to make things a little simpler. But they're still way cheaper than hotel rooms. Good God. But yeah, that's kind of what's on the table right now. I have the possibility of a big trip. Well, it's not a possibility. I have plane tickets. But I have a trip coming up that I'm probably not going to talk about a whole lot until I'm back. But I'll be traveling for about a month and seeing some stuff I've never seen before. So that's exciting. That's not until March. So I got a couple of months to just do the van thing. But for now, I'm just kind of relaxing. When I've been traveling on the bike, I have not really had time off in places. I spend a day or two here and there, and that's it. I'm on the move almost the entire time. And that's tiring. That's just the reality of it. It is tiring to do that all the time. And so I've struggled several of these last winters with traveler fatigue of I just don't want to go anywhere. And so my hope is that with the van and being a lot more comfortable and being able to really base camp places, from a traveling standpoint, the longer you can spend, the slower you can move, the cheaper it is. The more you're moving around, the more expensive it is. Being able to stay warm and sleep comfortably at night is huge. Having extra space for camera gear and clothes, and having my coffee maker and stuff like that. Like, it's little things, but they add up. And it's stuff that I can't really do when I'm solely on the bike. Lots of rocks, because Arizona is the one thing you gotta be a little careful about on Arizona, is you get going too fast and you ride into one of these rock gardens and you will pinch flat. Hell, you'll slash a tire. Volcanic rock is sharp, man. You gotta be careful with that stuff. Oh, hi, antelope. I didn't even see you guys. You were probably all laying down. Sorry. Bye. I say I gotta be careful about going fast, then I start speeding up because this is so much fun. You know, I'm in lightweight mode, so it'd be a different thing if I had all the gear on the bike. To be perfectly honest, I'm probably lighter right now than the 690 was with all my luggage on it, because when I came through on my 690, I had all my stuff, and my front tire was smoked. I was on those crappy Tusk D-Sports or whatever. Those things were awful. They were okay for grip, but their life was just garbage. They barely survived the trip. And by the time I got up to Grand Canyon and all that area, I mean, they were toast. So yeah, if I can make it through on that stuff, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be just fine. Thing I am definitely doing is tucking my toes in. There's enough scrub brush and stuff. I don't know if there might be a rock hiding at the edge of the road, and I really don't want to clip one at speed. Camping at Moon Crater remains one of the most comfortable nights camping I've ever had. Completely dead silent, and the ground is so soft. We were actually having problems getting Gavin's tent to stand up because he didn't have a freestanding design. Mine was only like semi-freestanding, so I was having to be kind of careful about how I moved around and stuff. We had to bury a log to tie his tent to, just to get it to stand up, and it still barely worked. I don't remember if I got it on video or not, but while we were in camp and we were working on getting stuff set up, I took a tent stake and tried to put it in the ground, and I literally just took it and pressed it in, and basically went up to my elbow without meeting any resistance, which made sleeping ultra comfortable. Like, I barely needed my sleeping pad. I could have just slept on the ground, and I would have probably been just as comfortable. I slept fantastic that night. We were also tired, but yeah. Let's see. New jacket. It's designed to work with the airbag, which was the main reason I got it. Obviously, in hot temperatures, I'll continue to just use the jersey, but I needed something that was somewhat insulative or weather resistant that fit better over the airbag. I didn't have a whole lot of great options, and Alpine Stars makes this. It's a Tech Duro jacket, and so if I need to, I can actually zip the sleeves off. It's got a bunch of vents that I can open up if I need to, you know, all that stuff. But yeah, it's nice to make sure that it has just a little bit of stretch and give in it in case I do deploy the airbag. I don't want it to strangle me. Same reason why the backpack's so loose. You know, I gotta have it loose so that it has room for the airbag to go. But yeah, this should be Moon Crater right to my right here. zoom out enough to see if that's what it is, but it should be. Yeah, getting sandier and sandier. Ashier and ashier. Let's just not find the ash hole. Ooh. That's a big boy. Alright, here's the ash. Yep, moon crater's right that way. I remember that because I fell over right there. Yep, full-on volcanic sand. God, this is fun though. I just gotta make sure I stay in the tire tracks. Volcanic sand is kind of different to ride in than like loose powdery sand. It's so tacky and you have so much traction that it doesn't seem to make you wander kind of the way you do on softer sand, or, you know, there's that like dust stuff where nothing you do is going to get you a comfortable ride through that stuff. This stuff, you have steering control in a lot of ways. It doesn't wander in the same way that it does with a lot of other sand. And I think it's because it's just so coarse. What do you think? I don't know. That's my theory. But I just find that volcanic sand is easier to ride in than other kinds, you know. Oh, somebody buried themselves there. The stuff in Oregon was kind of the same way. Like, it was sandy. Some of it was really sandy. But the stuff up around Crater Lake and like all that stuff was really pretty rideable. Yeah, that's deep. There we go. God, some of these are big trees. That was Ride. Who was that? Ride Adventure. Somebody did a video about the worst advice people give to new riders, especially for like sand. And one of those is, you know, lean back and pin it. Obviously, that's not what I'm doing, but I'm going through no problem. And what it is I'm keeping the weight off of the front wheel so that it stays light and tracks, and I'm keeping momentum. You don't need speed to go through sand, you need a momentum. You need a light front wheel so that you don't dig in, and you need momentum. Sometimes that means high revs, and sometimes that means punching the throttle to get the front end light. But a lot of the time it just means steady power delivery to keep the front end moving and stay on top of stuff. You know, I'm on sand the whole way. I can't just stay pinned. I'll end up in 6th gear going way too fast. What I can do is stay in about 3rd, keep my revs up a little bit, just stay on power. You know, I'm staying on throttle. I'm not chopping the throttle. I'm not yanking the clutch in or hitting the brakes or anything like that. I'm just being nice and steady. The bike's gonna wander. You know, that's any sand. You know, by using power, by using my weight, I'm keeping my influence off of the front tire and on the rear tire. That keeps the front end from digging in. And I'm doing 22 miles an hour, you know. Could I go faster? Yeah. Would I be more stable? You might be surprised. Not really. Because again, it's how I'm delivering the power more than the speed. You know, the people that advocate just lean back and pin it, they're masking their issues. You know, they're doing accidentally a lot of the things that you need to do to be stable in the sand. Keeping the front end light, keeping your weight back, you know, all of that stuff is a byproduct of them just slamming on the gas and hoping for the best. But it's not a reflection of skill. It's as soon as something goes wrong with that and they chop the throttle or slam on the brakes or, you know, get their weight distribution wrong and it throws them up towards the bars, they're going for a ride. And now they're going a lot faster than if they were riding in a controlled manner and potentially able to save it. God, it's beautiful back here. Yeah, here's the fire. Here's why all this stuff was closed, because holy crap. Which also I wonder how long this is going to take to regrow, because I have no idea how fertile this soil is. I can't think it's all that great. Alright, I'm going to just shut up and ride for a little bit. But yeah, just listen to the throttle, listen to how I ride through this to stay stable. that's because of the fire. There's a bit of snow there. I did check the snow report before I came back here. Tree. Where are we going? Going over here. See, and there you go. I'm just keeping the revs a little higher. And staying with it. Oh, because that's deep. Especially right there. Damn. Alright. God, there's a lot of trees down. There it is, okay. Also, don't get going too slow, because, again, you need some momentum. There we go. Alright. It's quite pleasant out now. It's like mid-50s. Which, you know, for this kind of stuff, that's about perfect. Going right. It's after this tree. Oh yeah, the road used to be up there. Yeah, there you can see snow. I'm at 6,600 feet. That's probably at least 8,000. So I'm not in any danger of getting into snow. Yeah, here's the highway. So I will sign off with you here in a minute. And see you in Grand Canyon.
1 hour later.
Alright, let's not cause a wreck. Trying to take pictures of the sign. Got down to 40, well, no, I saw 39 coming into Cameron. I guess it's in like the bottom of a heat sink or something, but man, it was cold in Cameron. Coming into the Grand Canyon is funny. I've kind of mentioned this before, but you can't see the canyon coming into the park from the south or from the east until you're like in here, and then you come up over a rise or something, and all of a sudden it's like, there it is. Holy shit. Which always makes me wonder how people reacted to finding it for the first time. You know, if you didn't know it was here and you're heading north or south, you know, through this area, and all of a sudden you just come up to literally the biggest hole in the planet. How's it going? I have earplugs in, so I'm super deaf. Alright, have a good one. There it is. God, that's just amazing. So the Arizona Trail comes out of Flagstaff and comes out here and you go across the Grand Canyon. You go down and cross and back to the other side. Most people try and do that part of it in one day because it's a hell of a thing. Let's see what else. I do want to hit 10,000 subscribers this year. That's kind of the goal for the year. But yeah, you know, take it a little easier. Enjoy the trips that I'm gonna do. And yeah, see what happens. But I would love to hit 10,000 subscribers this year. I think that's totally doable.
Une bière, Rodolphe?
Oui, je veux bien.
Pardon me, Raven. Good lord, that guy's big. The North Rim is super interesting because it's way more remote. There's at least one really good like riding route that kind of goes along the North Rim a little bit. The South Rim is where everybody visits because it's, you know, it's this. You get up to the North Rim and it's all dirt roads. There, you know, it's remote. One thing I'm thinking about doing is trying to visit a whole bunch of the